Hey, Chad Imhoff here, diving in. I wasn't quite set up, I should have been, but I wanted to share another little quick thought with you about why we do enactments. I had somebody this morning go, enactments, help me get this. Why, what are they for? What are we doing? Right? And I'm like, well, without enactments, we miss a lot of what we're trying to do. Our couples don't get key events, and enactments have a lot of purposes. The first thing I want to say is, for an enactment, it shows us really where we are. If a couple can do enactments and they're kind of smoothly transitioning back and forth, you can kind of, okay, they're in a place where we can really dig into deeper spaces. They can have these conversations and we can start to help them have even deeper conversations a lot of times. The other thing I'll say is enactments really do help the couple connect. When I turn to my wife and I tell her about my heart, it does something between us. It really does solidify the bond. Without enactments, it's really tough to make these things happen. And I do enactments like that in session because I'm nervous that if I let a couple go out, they won't take the risk to do it on their own. This is a risky move. And so I want to be there to catch them and make sure that that risk is rewarded with comfort, with a response that's good, right? The next thing I want to say is, this is a new level of vulnerability. Me kind of feeling something and then being comforted without expressing it. It's not the same as if I have to say out loud that I feel this heavy sadness in my heart when I see the distance in our relationship. If I say that directly to my wife, man, that's a different conversation than saying it to a therapist or even just kind of expressing it and writing it out and handing her card to her or something. This, looking in somebody's eyes and saying, this is what's happening, it's a big deal. The next thing I want to say, this is exactly what they don't do. They literally do not do enactments on their own. They don't have the ability to do this without our intervention. If people did these enactments, these deeper conversations on their own, they would have a different relationship. And so this is literally our change process, our agent of change. This is what we're trying to help them do. So if they can go home and have deep conversations about their heart and share with their partner exactly what's going on with them, we believe that changes and be responded to clearly. But the enactment is our vehicle. It's what moves us through therapy. It's what helps their body to solidify, hey, I can talk about these things and be responded to. It's what allows us to go forward, and EFT specifically. And so, man, if you're not doing enactments, I want to encourage you, just do little enactments. Any enactment is better than no enactment, especially if it's focused on self, right? That's the key, is you got to focus in on self to the other. This is what my experience is, and I'm going to share that with you. Thanks so much, y'all. We get better together. Really appreciate you checking these out, and I hope that they're useful for you. Just as quick reminders. I know so many of you are excellent out there, but we do get better together, and if we're not thinking about it, we lose it. So stay on the journey with me. Thanks, y'all.